let's talk about coding. Imagine you have an AI assistant that's more than just an autocomplete. I mean, an AI that actually gets your project. It knows your data models, your APIs, everything, and it helps you build an entire app step by step. Well, that's agentic coding, and we're about to break down exactly how it works. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll pinpoint the big problem with today's AI assistants. Then we'll look at the solution that gives them that project-specific superpower. After that, we're going to walk through building an app together, peek under the hood to see how the magic happens, and wrap up with a whole new way to think about your AI code developer. All right, let's kick things off by looking at just how far AI coding tools have come, and the one massive piece of the puzzle that's been missing all along. When AI coding assistants first showed up, this quote from Arthur C. Clarke really hit home. It felt like straight-up magic, didn't it? It was like they were reading our minds, finishing our thoughts before we even typed them. I mean, the pace has just been wild. A few years ago, we were just chatting with an AI about code. Then boom, it's right there in our editor, giving us these incredible suggestions. And now? Now we have AI agents that can run commands, see that they made a mistake, and then fix it themselves, all on their own. But there's always a catch, right? Even with all these amazing advances, there's this core limitation, this blind spot that keeps them from being, true partners in crime. And the problem is hiding in plain sight, right there in the name, pre-trained. See, a large language model's brain is basically frozen in time. Its knowledge is based on all the public data it saw during training. It has absolutely no clue about your company's internal APIs, your project's special data structure, or that brand new framework you're using. It's like it's trying to build IKEA furniture, but it's missing the instruction manual. So, if that's the problem, what's the fix? How do we give our AI that missing manual? How do we turn it from a generic know-it-all into a genuine expert on our project? Well, the solution is something called a Model Context Protocol Server, or MCP for short. Now, for all you developers out there, the easiest way to think about this is like the language server protocol. You know how that gives your editor a deep understanding of, say, TypeScript or Python? Well, an MCP server does the exact same thing, but it gives an AI a deep understanding of your specific project. And this chart really lays it out. On the left, you've got your standard LLM. It knows a ton from the public internet. But on the right, when you add an MCP server to the equation, suddenly that same LLM gets a whole new layer of knowledge. It knows your project's compiled data model, its API docs, all the custom stuff that makes your project unique. So here's how that dance works in practice. You, the developer, send a prompt. Now, before the AI agent goes off to talk to the big, powerful LLM in the cloud, it makes a quick pit stop. It first checks in with your local MCP server to get all that juicy project-specific context. Then, it bundles your original prompt with that context. The result? The LLM gets a request that's way smarter, way more informed, and gives you a response that's actually useful. Okay, enough theory. That all sounds cool, but let's see what it actually looks like. We're going to build a simple application from the ground up, starting with a completely empty folder, and we're going to let our new project-aware AI guide us the whole way. So we start with just plain English. No weird commands to remember. We're just telling the AI to set up a new project for us using the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, or CAP, right where we are. This is exactly the kind of thing I always have to look up. And check it out, the AI agent talks to the MCP server, figures out that the command it needs is cds init, and just runs it. Instantly, we have a fully scaffolded project with all the basic files we need. Step 1 is done, and I didn't have to Google a thing. All right, next up, the data model. Again, we're not writing any code, we're just telling the AI what we want. We need something to keep track of orders. That's it. And bam, just like that, the AI writes the correct code for us in a CDS file. And it's smart about it too. It follows best practices, automatically adds a unique ID for the key, and even includes managed fields for things like creation and modification times. Pretty slick. Okay, now let's throw it a bit of a curveball. Defining enums in CDS has a very specific syntax. Honestly, it's something a generic LLM would probably get wrong. Let's see how our context-aware buddy handles it. And nailed it. Absolutely perfect. See, because the MCP server has access to the official CAP documentation, it can feed the AI the exact syntax it needs. The AI then refactors our simple status field into a proper enum with all the default values. That would have been a total fail without that specific project context.
And here is where it gets really, really cool. Our app is up and running now, so we can use the same chat interface to actually talk to our application. We're asking the AI to go fetch the data from the app it just helped us build. We're going from building to testing to querying all in one seamless conversation. It's incredible.
So you might be wondering, how does the MCP server know exactly what piece of documentation or which data model to grab? The secret sauce here isn't just a simple file search. It's a much smarter technique called semantic search. Think about it this way. A normal keyword search is very literal. If you search for the word house, you only get results with the word house. But semantic search understands meaning. It knows that house, building, home, and residence are all related ideas. This is huge because it means the AI can find the right info even if our prompt uses slightly different words than the official docs.
So all of this technology, it's about more than just getting code written faster. It's pointing towards a huge shift in how we work with AI. We're moving from just using a tool to collaborating with a real code developer.
Yeah, there's this term floating around called vibe coding, where you just have the AI, vomit out a huge chunk of code. And as this quote suggests, that might be fine for a quick weekend hackathon project. But when we're building serious enterprise software, we need a better approach. We need agentic coding, where we're the ones directing the AI, not the other way around. So, this is the mindset to have. Think of the AI as your super-powered junior developer. It's fantastic at handling the grunt work, the boilerplate, the research, but you're the senior dev, you're the architect. You are always in the driver's seat. That means you have to review the code, you have to understand it, and you have to test it. When you work this way, you can speed up your development like crazy without ever giving up control or quality. By bridging that knowledge gap with tools like the Model Context Protocol, AI is really evolving. It's going from a glorified autocomplete to a legitimate partner, a partner that understands the little details of your project and can help you build, test, and query it from start to finish. So the real question is your next code developer going to be an AI? Because the future is starting to look a whole lot more collaborative.